really gets it. She understands. And then they will still come. I thought that after I share my fears, no one would come to me for guidance. This is what I thought. People would find out that I'm a deeply flawed human being, and they would say this.
Hi, my name is Yana. Thank you for watching. This episode starts with an audio introduction and continues with the video content. So remember to watch it until the end. And subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, share with friends. Thank you for being here and listening to Timeless Teachings. Have you ever had a gap year? Or in other words, a leap year or a sabbatical? That time with yourself when you're having an honest look at all aspects of your life. Asking yourself soulful questions about what truly makes your heart smile and brings the deepest joy, fulfillment, and aliveness into your life. This is exactly what I'm discovering right now. I have started this journey 2.5 months ago, and what an adventure it has already been. Today, I'm being interviewed by Annie Kallis about all the highs and lows of what it means to be on a leap year during the pandemic, with real-life stories and things I have already learned. And since many people have asked, how do I manage to do all of that while being married and with my husband currently staying on the other side of the planet? Annie is a relationship coach, and so yes, we did talk a lot about what it means to be in a conscious relationships, especially during such uncertain times. And hi, my name is Yana, and I'm your guide into the world of mysticism, spirituality, and consciousness. I talk with real people about practical aspects of spirituality and its application for a real life. And you are listening to the Timeless Teachings podcast or watching Timeless Teachings YouTube channel. Let's begin.
So, Yana, I tell you, I am so excited to do this with you because I tell you what, I met you back in 2014. And all I remember being in this event, and this ray of sunshine walked in. And I was literally like, and I was just staring at you. And, I grew up with, I'm sure you grew up with Don't Stare. But there was, you literally floated into this room. And I remember I was crewing and I was at the back and I was just watching everybody that was coming in. And then out of all the people that the trainer was going to train, you won this competition. And then yes, you did. Remember that? And you got up on stage, and honestly, I hung onto every single word that was happening, because you and I come from very, very similar backgrounds. And everything you were saying, I was going, yeah, me too. I get her. So you left a real impression on me. So now, clearly 7 years later, I've been watching your journey. I've been watching what you're doing. We've had many conversations and lunch in Singapore and stuff like that. And I love the fact that after such a long period of time, we are friends, even though we don't talk all the time, but friendships are those where you just connect. And then when you put it out there that, you interview people all the time, but nobody really interviews you. And then I just went, me, I want to interview her because I've got questions. So here we are. So I feel really honored that you chose me to be the one that is going to question you about this amazing leap year that you are going through right now. I mean, there's so much there to be discussed, and I've been watching your journey, and I'm jealous.
Yes, and thank you for saying it. Let's just get it out straight away, right? Off our chest. Absolutely, you are, of course.
Because we can't travel, so I actually never done jealousy or envy. So this is a joke, jealous, and I'm living my life through your experiences. So there's, especially just recently, you had quite an experience in London, I think. So
yes.
So what I want to know is, I'm very curious about, what is this leap year mean? What does it mean for you? Why did you decide to do this leap year? To what does leap year mean to you, actually?
Great question, Annie. To me, it's a massive transformation, upgrade, facing yourself in totality, letting go of fears and insecurities, crystallizing who you are and what you are and what are you here.
Right? I'm not. I just said
know,
it.
darling, you were just kidding. I know you love me
right?
dearly and you're so happy for me. I can feel it, of course.
Yes, I'm very happy. But see, the thing is because I have been following you for 7 years, and I see your journey and your spiritual journey. And I think a lot of people, when they say spiritual, they go, it's not just that. It's actually yes. Yeah. So I watch your conversation, when you do your stories, you there's much that goes on in your stories, and I sit and I watch every single one of them, and I go, and I start thinking about it, because, say, for example, I'm on a spiritual journey right now. I want to connect to the depth of me, right? So you are such a great leader in this world, and a lot of people think leader is the boss, and a leader is somebody who is leading by example and is inspiring other people to be the best versions of themselves. And that's what you do. And I love watching everything that you do. So sorry for that interruption, because
Thank you.
But this was very powerful, because it's another aspect of your life, or what makes Yana, right? So Yana is the teacher, Yana is the spiritual person, Yana is the wife, Yana has many identities. And I think this is something people don't know, that we own, or we are many identities, not just one thing. So
that's actually so, just can I jump in here, because it's so good. Yes, that's actually amazing point that you brought up, because that's a big part of my journey right now, where for me, in my own truth, in my own heart, I'm going through a stage and experience where I am letting go of all identities. And that's a big part of what this leap year is about. And it has been really, really interesting. And that's, of course, as I shared, started with conversations like with my husband, where we were talking about, let's redefine what marriage is. Let's let off the idea what it should be, what we were told it should be, and this identity around husband-wife, right? And what people usually expect you to be in a particular way, and create our own experience around it. But also for me, it was really interesting that having all those identities and being someone who is on a spiritual journey, I realized that it still keeps you somewhat constricted. But you still have to play to certain rules, and you still have to, and people still have certain expectations of you to show up in a particular way. And so for me, it was very interesting now to go on this leap year, and also even like, for example, teaching so much, right? And like last year, I really felt when people were starting putting those guru projections on me, they're like, Yana, the guru. I'm like, this is like really interesting. That when people try to put kind of responsibility for their own breakthroughs, their own transformations, their own emotional healing on someone else, because not because they are not able to do it themselves, but because it is just easier. It is always easier when you ask someone else to help you. And I definitely have done it hundreds and thousands of times myself. So I totally understand why and how we do this as humans. And at the same time, I realized that, you know what? I want to experience life when I have no identities and see what it is. When I'm not a wife, when I'm not a teacher, when I'm not an entrepreneur, when I'm not anything in particular, when I can just move freely, do what I feel is the right thing to do at the moment, and then see what happens. And that was a very big part of this year, and already for the last 2.5 months that I have been doing it. And it has been amazing because it led to things otherwise wouldn't have happened. I met incredible people. There are many other new doors that open up. And also, for those people who teach us or guide, like you are, right? You would also understand that often when we, in my experience again, when we in our mind associate ourselves with the particular role, let's say if I tell myself I am a teacher, I am a guide, I am a coach, right? Then immediately there is an expectation.
Well, I guess we reached the end of the end. I reckon we could keep on talking for hours and hours.
I know.
But I think there was so much fabulousness in this conversation, and so much wisdom, and so many key pieces I think that people can really get out of it. And I think anyone who's listening to this or watching this, ask the question. That's all. That's the first step, I reckon, is ask the question. And I really look forward to seeing where you're going next.
Thank you. And the question is, how can I do this? Right? So that's the big question. How can I do this? What do I possibly need to change in my life or in my mind in order to be able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I had to go through this process myself. So I know exactly what it means.
Yes. So thank you for choosing me to do this with you. I had a ball. I can't believe we already spoken for an hour and a bit. So thank you, Yana. This was fabulous. And I'm Annie Kallis from Melbourne, Australia, sending you much, much love.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy the interview? Feel free to share this episode with friends. Subscribe to the podcast and YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Stay wild and be humble. До встречи!